So, at what point in your life did you start doing track?
8th grade.
8th grade?
Yeah.
And when did you really start realizing that, like, hey, I'm pretty good at this?
My last year of college, occurred. Yeah, I was like, wow, I could go on to trials.
Okay, so in college, where did you go to college?
Nebraska.
Nebraska. So what did you do between high school and college to train for that?
So I was recruited for long and triple jump, and my sophomore year at college, I made the transition to the heptathlon because I wanted more of a challenge, and I guess I was bored. Oh, and I didn't want to triple jump ever again because I hurt my ankle really bad in high school. I had surgery, so it's like, let's do 7 events instead of 2.
Yeah, that's good. So,
what exactly is a heptathlon?
Heptathlon, 7 events. It's 100 hurdles, high jump, shot, 200, long jump, javelin, and the 800. And it's 4 the first day and then 3 the next day.
Wow, that's something. So, what was an average day like in college with all these events and this big track going on?
Coach would love it if we had morning classes, but towards the end, I majored in education, so I'd have classes in the middle of the day, about 3 o'clock, so he'd be kind of mad at me, but other teammates did as well. So I would end up practicing around 1 and then go to class and then probably lift afterwards if I didn't lift in the morning, so it's pretty full.
So just take us through the moment of walking into that opening ceremony. Like just tell us the story of that moment.
Well, they had us waiting. Well, all the U.S. athletes were waiting for 2 hours outside in the village. We were all dressed, just taking pictures together. Every athlete from every sport, just taking all kinds of pics. And then finally, like, it's your turn to go. So we all start heading that way. It still takes forever to get to the actual stadium. So I mean, once we got there, the closer we got, it's like the more exciting. And then we actually got in and just seeing so many lights. There's like more lights than I thought. And then like I couldn't see how many people were actually there, but I know there's just a ton of people there. And I entered. I lost my friends, but I turned around. I saw Kobe Bryant. I'm just like, yes, I'm bound to get TV time. So, and then just seeing USA people in the crowd and being able to just like connect with them, it was amazing.
So what kind of athletes did you talk to that you've always wanted to talk to?
I talked to everybody except Michael Phelps, I say. So
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Did coming from a small town change your perception on the Olympic Games?
I don't think so. I think growing up military, my parents were both in Army, so they both did 20 years. So I grew up in Tennessee, Texas, and then Missouri, and going to Nebraska, then rehabbing in Pittsburgh and Ohio. I just being everywhere I was able to grasp the idea better, I think.
Who do you look up to the most for inspiration?
My idols recently have been one of my teammates, Hylise Fountain, which I was so grateful that I competed with her in the heptathlon. That was crazy. So, and then of course Jackie Joyner-Kersee, the world record holder in the heptathlon. I got to meet her at trials. I hugged her. She gave us our medals, and then we got off the stands, and then I went and hugged her again. I was like, I need another hug. This is amazing.
that's awesome.
And then every other athlete who works hard, I admire hard work a lot.
Yeah, so you talk about the village. Take us through a moment in the village. Just take us through what an average day in the village would be like.
When I first got there, I got there by myself. Everybody else already ate, but I was like, I'm hungry. I'm going to go to the cafeteria. I'm walking. I see these 2 guys. I'm like, is the cafeteria this way? And they're just like, I was like, I forgot where I was. Like, everybody doesn't speak English here. So it's like, oh, okay. So I just keep walking. The cafeteria was amazing. It was just a big building, like size of a football field at least or more. And you had like different sections for different types of foods. You had like American style, Jamaican, Asian and Indian in the back, and England, and then they had McDonald's in there as well. So, I mean, I went there 3 times a day, had to get what I could. Like everything, they had like American food, but at the same time it was like still a little English. Like oatmeal was porridge at every station. Okay. So it was weird. But yeah, besides going to the cafeteria, I was in a suite with 7 other girls, so we had me and my roommate on the bottom floor, and then Lolo Jones and Chantae Lowe were on the next floor, and then Brittany Reese was on the top, and 3 other girls, I think. So just being in a room with other great athletes, just learning from them, and that was amazing. And then next door to me were some guys on the track team like Wallace Spearman and Doc Patterson, and they were always outside on their stoop. They stole our chairs. They were all sitting in the stoop, and it was fun. We had like a prime spot. I was really thankful for my room. It was like right on the corner of the USA block, so like I would see everybody come in and out of the elevator and like everybody. So that was cool. And then just being in the same area as all these different countries, like the best athletes across the world, that was cool. Like you could see anybody anytime.
That's awesome. So what was the most like unreal or surreal experience you had at the Olympics in all?
I like to say my favorite experience was just from the moment I woke up getting ready to compete. Like the warm-up track, it didn't hit me yet, and then like we started walking. We had to walk about 400 meters to get to the actual stadium from the warm-up track, and I was just like smiling, just excited. And then we were in the call room still getting ready, but the moment they led me out with my heat for the hurdles, just the 9 of us, I believe it was, just entering the stadium with 80,000 people that I could actually see, unlike the opening ceremonies. And then they're just all cheering. Like I was stoked.
That's awesome. What training advice would you have for people who are going to pursue a track career or anywhere in track?
I like dedication and hard work. Just always stick to it, and even if I feel like you're always learning, so just make sure you're always taking something away from the track, like every day. Even if you're not in track, like every athlete in every sport should be taking something away, I believe.
So you went to state in your high school career how many times?
Every year.
Every year, wow, that's insane. So what was the best experience you had at state in high school?
My freshman year was funny to me. I got second in long jump, and I was bummed about it. Like I was mad, but
wow.
That was fun. And then I beat the girl next year, and we're friends. It was crazy. She went to Mizzou, and we got to jump against each other in
that's
college.
Awesome.
So that was cool. And then I don't know. My senior year didn't go the way I liked it because I hurt my ankle pretty bad, but I still got second. But
when were you first approached about the Olympic Games?
That was my college coach, Coach Grimes. I would come to his office every now and then when we didn't have practice, watch some film or whatnot, and he just said like, he just mentioned the idea. That year was my last year. We had nationals, but it was for Worlds, so he went to that with me, and then it was brought up that I can still keep training if I could compete at that level. I got third at that one as well.
So at the Olympic trials, what would be in store for you? Would it be comparable to the games itself, or?
The amount of people watching, no. There's probably 20,000 people there, but at the same time, the trials was out in Eugene, Oregon, and their fans are amazing out there. So, maybe it's comparable. Maybe. But I think it's more chill at trials. You know everybody competing, and we're all friends. Heptathletes are friends. It's weird. Like when you line up in like a hurdle race or sprint race, you like automatically become enemies. But like when in the hep, we're cheering for each other to make the next bar in high jump or jump far. It's crazy. So it's more chill, I think.
So when you build friendships like that, is it weird to have one person winning over the other one or receiving more glory than the others?
No, I think we're pretty respectable of everybody's talents out there.
Do you think you'll go to Rio?
Heck yeah. That's all that's on my mind right now. Like, I want to go run so bad right now, but I can't. And my therapist is just like, patience, Chantae, patience. But yeah, I'm so stoked about just starting fall conditioning, looking just for the next 3.5 years training for that.
To have Coach Knapp as your former high school coach there at Oregon and come all the way to London for you.
That was special. I'm happy he could go, and it was amazing. I didn't get to actually see him out in London, but just knowing he was there it's really great that he's helped me, and yeah.
What's kept you motivated like from the beginning?
I believe it's just my own like God-given talents. Like I know that I want to go out there and expire my talents to the fullest every time, like every effort. Like at the Olympics, I know that I gave my best in like every attempt that I made, so that's what made me the most happiest with my performance, even though my score didn't show it. So just knowing that I can go out and do so much keeps me motivated.
Chantae, if you could do high school over again, what would you do differently?
Honestly, I would have worked on my offense better in basketball. I'm just really thankful for all the support that I've gotten from Rolla as a whole. It's really incredible just coming back here and being welcomed, and I love it. I thank you guys a lot.
Well, we do this for all our Olympics.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you.